Is blindness a barrier? No.
Is deafness a barrier? No.
Are mobility, learning, cognitive disabilities, speech impairments and others, or even a combination of them, barriers? No way. Lack of accessibility is.
Welcome to Web Accessibility for All.
Follow the blind. This journey starts now.
Hey Anna, we've got a problem. Our product isn't accessible to everyone, and that's not okay. We need to make sure that people with disabilities can use our product just like anyone else.
George, you're right. That's a great idea. Fantastic. From now on, accessibility will be a cornerstone of our project.
Yes, I know. This dialogue sounds a bit unrealistic, right? Alright, let's go for something a bit more real.
Anna, we need the product to be user-friendly for everyone. You know, even for people with disabilities.
Disabilities? What?
Yes, accessibility.
Nah, that's way too complicated. We gotta keep it simple, right? Extra features just slow things down.
But Anna, I believe it wouldn't be that hard. We could just add some basic stuff, like bigger text for people with bad vision.
Bigger text? Come on, George, who uses a computer without perfect eyesight these days? Besides, everyone squints at screens anyway.
But listen, we need to move
George,
towards
I
it.
appreciate you thinking outside the box, but for now, let's focus on getting the core features working. Maybe we can revisit this accessibility thing for version 2, okay?
Yes, I know, nothing is that easy in life, right? Hello, my friend. Thanks for joining me for this episode of my podcast, Web Accessibility for All, where we talk about everything about web accessibility and beyond. Today, I have a different idea: how to plant the seed of accessibility in your company. As always, following small steps, one at a time. Let's get to it. Okay, we heard George explain to his supervisor, Anna, the importance of accessibility and how can it positively impact everyone. Now, let's break down some of the arguments Anna used to dismiss the topic.
Disabilities? What?
While I've exaggerated Anna's disinterest for dramatic effect, there is a general reluctance bordering on disdain when it comes to addressing accessibility issues. Accessibility presents an unique challenge because the negative consequences of its absence and the positive impacts of its inclusion are often intangible, difficult to quantify or even estimate on the early stages. Indeed, the lack of accessibility only becomes apparent when it hits the shareholders' wallets. At that point, the problem becomes tangible for them, and the default reaction is often to hand it over to the legal team. Similarly, when a company makes a token gesture towards accessibility, such as implementing one of those clunky accessibility overlays, it also brings the issue to light. The problem is to address accessibility problems from this reactive, compliance-driven perspective. It makes it seem like a trendy practice rather than a genuine commitment to inclusivity. The question remains, how do we tackle this challenge? How can we make the problem of accessibility visible, its solution measurable, and the benefits of addressing it evident?
Nah, that's way too complicated. We gotta keep it simple, right? Extra features just slow things down.
Accessibility is a vast topic that, if not approached correctly, can become like an elephant in a china shop. If your supervisor perceives it this way, you'll face challenges in delving deep into the topic. Honestly, you're likely to encounter many no's along the way, but hopefully even more whats. Accessibility shouldn't be viewed as an additional feature to be tacked on, but rather as an integral part of designing inclusive features leading to successful outcomes.
Bigger text? Come on, George, who uses a computer without perfect eyesight these days? Besides, everyone squints at screens anyway.
Leverage ignorance or lack of awareness as an anchor point for your proposal. Always remember to be respectful. No one wants to appear uninformed, especially supervisors. In a complex and cost-conscious economic landscape, our leaders' minds maybe need a gentle nudge to bridge the gap. Set achievable short-term goals. Allow the idea to simmer in their minds. Be proactive. Frame your ideas as a knowledge transfer exercise, not a way to assert your superiority on the matter. In a successful team, everyone works together, functioning as a single machine, propelling the project forward.
Look, George, I appreciate you thinking outside the box, but for now, let's focus on getting the core features working. Maybe we can revisit this accessibility thing for version 2, okay?
Avoid pitching your accessibility proposal before injuring your team's progress on current tasks and short-term goals. If you are in the midst of a critical project phase, just postpone your proposal. When the team's focus is on a crucial task, you're only gonna get uninvested opinions, or in the worst case, complete disinterest like Anna's. So casually gauge the interest of other team members. Do some informal research. Ask your peers about their thoughts on accessibility. You might be surprised to find one more interested than others. They could be valuable allies when you present your proposal. Accessibility involves everyone: shareholders, project managers, scrum masters, developers, QA analysts, UX designers, everyone. Gaining traction with only one part of the team is not enough. Make suggestions, pique curiosity, and be prepared for the next step when you find the slightly open door. Don't panic if someone asks you something you don't know. Simply say, "I'm not sure about it, but I'm gonna run a research on that." Maybe you're gonna find the ideal moment after the team successfully meet a deadline, and when the team members are more receptive to new challenges. Less stress, more interest, better opportunities. As I mentioned in my previous episode of this podcast about accessibility audits, there are helpful automated tools available to quickly identify accessibility issues in your product's digital interface. Despite their limited scope, offer a great way to quickly tackle accessibility and uncover obvious, low complexity issues. Today I will introduce you to two of these tools.
WAVE, Web Accessibility Evaluation Tools.
The Web extension, which stands for Web Accessibility Evaluation Tool, is a free and open source tool that can be installed in most browsers. It serves to evaluate the accessibility of websites and web applications directly within the browser. This means that you can use to identify and fix accessibility issues without leaving your browser. Wave performs an automated analysis of the web page for common accessibility problems. Then Wave displays an overlay on the page indicating the location of the errors and their severity. In other words, it provides a comprehensive snapshot of web application accessibility flows at a glance. By the way, Wave is also available online. Give it a try.
Axe DevTools, Web Accessibility Testing.
The Axe DevTools extension is a free web accessibility testing tool as well. Yes, you can install it in most popular browsers like Firefox, Chrome, and Safari. It can generate comprehensive reports specifying all details related to the issues found. Even though it's oriented to developers, it's also really useful for designers and QAs as well.
Action Plan and Roadmap.
Alright, now let's outline an action plan to get started with addressing accessibility issues.
1. Generate a report using one of the tools.
I recommend Wave. It allows you to capture a screenshot of the site, highlighting accessibility flows visually.
2. Create a new Word document.
Choose a good title such as Accessibility Issues Step 1. Something direct, concise, descriptive, and also something that shows that this is part of a sequence of steps.
3. Paste the screenshot into the document.
The bigger, the better. Remember, a picture is worth 1,000 words.
4. Consider adding more details on a separate page, but prioritize the visual impact initially.
Analyze the information provided. Choose an issue to address. Perhaps one global to the whole application, or something easy to resolve. The goal here is to grab your manager's attention. Propose a couple of possible solutions, estimating the time required. Aim for solutions that you can implement independently. This is not about showcasing your web accessibility expertise. It's about selling an idea. Take small steps. Accessibility is an ongoing journey, not a sprint. I'm truly sure that following these steps and keeping these concepts in mind, you can effectively initiate the accessibility improvement process and gain buy-in from your manager. I hope this episode encourages you to take ownership of accessibility and champion its importance. Addressing accessibility effectively is a win-win for everyone. Teams produce higher quality work. The user base expands. Shareholders see increased profits. The company's reputation grows. And most importantly, you, my friend, will become a better professional. Guaranteed. Every small accessibility improvement can make a significant difference for many people. The goal is not to create a fully accessible product overnight. Instead, focus on incremental improvements with measurable results and manageable costs. Accessibility is not a privilege, it's a right. And together, we can ensure that right by working collaboratively. Thank you for joining me today. Stay tuned for more. See you soon. Bye.
Thanks for joining us today. Subscribe for a new challenge next week. And don't be shy. Leave us a review or ask your accessibility questions online. See you next week for another episode of Web Accessibility for All.